Hello vinyl community, Matt here again, and I got a few soundtracks to show you, and these four of them. These are soundtracks that a couple of them I've had for a while, like months. Like these are two of them are pre-COVID soundtracks. The other two are more recent buys. The last one's kind of a disappointment, but we'll get into that. So let me show you these first two. Now there used to be a seller on eBay, and I think they disappeared. I don't know if their account was closed or what, because I checked. I mean, it's been a while, but you know, maybe a couple of months ago, and I don't think you could find their account anymore. So I don't know what happened, but they were always pretty reliable, and they would sell like almost like overstock items. It seemed like a lot of records from, like, I don't know, Barnes and Noble and Hot Topic and geez, what's the other one? I forget. Urban Outfitters, you know, those sorts of records. Places maybe that used to sell vinyl that don't anymore. But anyway, so I grabbed two soundtracks from there, and these were a pretty good price. I bid on them, and I want to say I paid maybe, I don't know, $10 to $12 each for these, plus shipping, which I thought was decent. And these used to be look like these used to be Hot Topic exclusive. So two Disney soundtracks. First one is Aladdin, a very nice picture disc. A little bit of a split in the plastic, which is a shame, but these were supposed to be new. I don't know. It's still got the price sticker on it and the electronic security tag and everything. There's the back of it with the genie. But yeah, this definitely my favorite Disney movie. I have a lot of fond memories of Aladdin. I was 13 when this came out in 1992. I remember going to the theater to watch it with friends, and I remember being blown away by it. Like, for the time, the animation was amazing. And, you know, this is pre-digital, I think it was. And of course, you know, things like Toy Story and, I don't know, A Bug's Life and Ants, that would come along a few years later in the 90s. But for the time, this was amazing, and I still love the soundtrack. You know, Robin Williams, come on. And in a similar vein, I also grabbed The Lion King, another one of my favorite Disney soundtracks. Might be second behind The Lion King. It's pretty. Oh, sorry, behind Aladdin. It's pretty close. You know, Elton John, of course. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? And Circle of Life, and etc., etc. And there's the back of it. Yeah, so really pleased to grab this. And again, this was another Hot Topic exclusive. I don't know what part of it makes it exclusive, because I've seen these picture discs like in Barnes and Noble. Maybe at the time they were exclusive, maybe just the sticker is exclusive, you know, to be honest with you. But they sound pretty good. You know, picture discs, you never know. I know a lot of people say that they sound terrible. For the most part, I think they can sound fine. But yeah, you never know. I've had one or two experiences with like splatter discs. One in particular, which I'm going to have another video about at some point. But anyway, so we got the two Disney soundtracks. Third one is Breaking Bad. I'm a big fan of Breaking Bad. I think it's one of the, you know, it's widely regarded as one of the best shows of all time, which I would agree with. And it's hard to see on camera, but it says "Remember My Name." You kind of see it, which is, yeah, you can't really. Anyway, it's sort of like it's very faint. "Remember My Name," which of course is a reference to, I think it's the last season. Something that Walter White says. Anyway, it's on two discs. There's the back of it, right there. Music on vinyl at the movies. It's that series, and you know, a lot of songs on here that I didn't know, to be honest. In fact, most of them, of course, they were in the show, but like, I don't know who Mick Harvey is, to be totally honest with you. Maybe I should, but Niles Barkley, okay, J.J. Cale, The Association, Beastie Boys, okay, the Monkees, Nat King Cole, Badfinger's on here as well with Baby Blue. But most of the others I don't think I'm too familiar with. This is number 598. I don't know how many they pressed of these. It has 000598, which sort of implies it was at least 100,000, but I don't know. So yeah, this was a Record Store Day exclusive. You can get a different version of this. This one has it's on clear vinyl to start with, and I won't take it out because it's going to take me forever to do that. But and it's got some custom or exclusive thing in the runout groove where it says like "Remember my name" or "Say my name" or something. So yeah, you get a postcard with it and a sticker sheet and some photos and things. But yeah, Breaking Bad soundtrack. And then last but not least, you know, I've had this for a while. There's a whole kind of story with this too, but I'll show it to you real quick. So Star Trek Discovery. Now, I bought this. This was supposed to be brand new. I was told it was still sealed. It turns up, and right away I'm thinking, really? It's not in the shrink. It's got all this damage to the top of it. And I think, did it have a bend in it? Yeah, there's it's hard to tell on the camera, but there's a bend right here as well. And so, brand new. Yeah, right. So, of course, I tried to do a return on eBay. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I have a lot of trouble doing returns on eBay. Basically, it never works. It'll tell me, you know, there's an option where you can go to print a return label, and it just doesn't. And there's a little icon, it just spins and spins and spins, and it'll tell me that it can't generate return shipping label. And I've had that happen. I want to say once I successfully returned something. Every other time, so let's say maybe half a dozen other times, it's never worked, ever. I've tried it on different computers, different browsers, same thing every single time. I've tried calling eBay about it. They basically dismiss it, say it's not a problem, try again in 24 hours, and I'll say to them, but I've tried it repeatedly. You don't understand. This goes back years now, this problem. And we'll try again in a day or two. And so that's why exactly the same thing happened with this, and so I lost my $20 or whatever. And so I've kept it because it is kind of a limited edition thing. It's not like splatter vinyl or something. I haven't even listened to it yet. I'm bummed about the seam split at the top, and but you know the vinyl's gorgeous. I will say that it's very pretty. Here it is. It's a 2-disc set. I'll show you one of them. There it is. And you know, Star Trek Discovery. I'm a little bit of a Trekkie. To be honest with you, not so much the originals, the original series. I've never. Sorry, I'm having trouble putting this back in. There we go. I've never really got super into those. But I did. The original cast in the movies. I loved those. But yeah, the original episodes. They just. I don't know, I always found them too hokey, and it was too hard to believe that even in the 60s that the sets look futuristic. Because I just don't think they did for the most part. You know, analog switches everywhere, and I don't know. So the Next Generation was kind of my, Next Generation was kind of my generation. I was 8 when that came out. I don't remember watching the early seasons of it. Not at the time. I have done many times since, but. And then Deep Space Nine, Voyager, Enterprise, very underrated Enterprise. A lot of people don't like it. I thought it was really underrated. But anyway, you know, and Discovery, I held off on it because you have to pay for the CBS All Access Pass. But I really wanted to watch Star Trek Picard, which of course was on CBS All Access. So I thought, well, you know, screw it. If I'm going to pay for that, then I might as well watch Discovery, okay? And you know what? It's actually pretty good. I do really like the soundtrack, and I found that it helps. It's just me personally, you know. I know this is not. I'm going off on a tangent. This is not about records, I realize, but I found that it helped me enjoy it more if I tried not to think of it as a Star Trek show, because in many ways it isn't. It really deviates from it, and there's a lot of stuff going on which was controversial amongst I'm not a real hardcore Trekkie. I don't go to conventions or anything, but I'm just a fan. And so, you know, I thought, well, let's try to watch it and have an open mind about it, and maybe try not to associate it, try not to compare it too much with previous Star Trek series. And so I did that, and I think that helped. And because, you know, as a standalone show, if it didn't have the Star Trek name attached to it, I really don't think it would have been anywhere near as criticized or as controversial or whatever. I think it would have been, you know, we've had a much more solid reputation. But yeah, I haven't watched that much of it yet, but anyway, that's just my thoughts on it. So, Star Trek soundtrack, Star Trek Discovery soundtrack, definite bummer about the damage to it. The record seems fine. I've cleaned them, but I haven't played them yet. But yeah, that's the fourth soundtrack, and I've had this, geez, I don't know. This was pre-COVID. It was. I got this maybe January, geez, something like that. So let's go back like 5 months now. I'm just getting around to showing it. All right, guys, that's everything. Hope everybody's doing well as always, and don't forget to like and comment and subscribe. I always appreciate everybody who subscribes. I'm getting very close to 1,500 subscribers. I think as of today, I'm on 1,483, so we're 17 away. So I will, if and when I get to 1,500, I will have some kind of a contest or I know some people don't like it when you say contest, some kind of a drawing or something. But yeah, we'll see when we get there. Maybe that'll be the next month or two. But all right, thanks as always for watching, everyone, and until next time, bye bye.